number 3 of a long racing season. A lot more of a focal point on the asphalt tracks this year, as of course I'll be at the Crosse Speedway. Announced a couple of weeks ago, I'll be back doing street drags full-time on Friday nights and also traveling with the Great Northern Sportsman Series and the Midwest Dash Series. So my Friday nights will still be quite loaded, but they're going to be loaded on the asphalt tracks throughout the state of Wisconsin. So really looking forward to that. Well, of course, we had Media Day at the Crosse Speedway 2 weeks ago, and we interviewed a lot of drivers that were out there. Of course, is Chuck Deery as well. Coming up on today's program, we're going to introduce you to Chuck and find out what's new in his bag for 2016. And we're going to talk with, always in the hunt, number 33, Matt Henderson. Also had a chance to show up for Media Day. A lot of cars showed up this year. We had just about 40. The weather was actually really nice for a Saturday. We've had some chilly Media Days in the past, but this one was really nice. And got a chance to see some of the new and up-and-coming drivers that are out. And those drivers set the stage for last Sunday. We had the Frostbuster at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. The official, unofficial first race of the year. It was a points race, so we do now have a point standings, and Ty Majeski is on top of that point standings. I think that might be the first time that he, as much as he's done at La Crosse, has had the point lead over Steve Carlson at the Speedway, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Couple of weeks off now. Street drags coming up on May 13th. That's a Friday night, and then the regular season kicks off at the La Crosse Speedway on the 14th. So we're going to have some night racing getting underway at La Crosse. Let's take you back to the Frostbuster. Mother Nature stopped when she needed to and started up when she needed to after the races were over with. We did get a full show in. Very nice crowd, very nice car count. Some of the new bodies we've seen, especially with the sportsman ranks, were out in full force, and we're going to show you them here in a minute. First off, let's go to the late models as we normally do, the last 2 laps of the feature race. And Ty Majeski, and more Ty Majeski. Not only did he go out, set fast time, he broke the track record that was set 2 years ago, in 2013 as a matter of fact, and then he rumbled on to win the 6for6 dash, and he won the feature event. Now, we did have Steve Carlson behind him, Mike Carlson running third, and what's interesting about those 3 cars is Ty and Mike are running the crate motor this year. Steve is running his usual motor. Told me in post-race comments, I need to get me one of those crates. It's not going to happen, I don't think, from what he was saying. But it sounds as though Ty's going to stay with that crate motor. Mikey's going to stay with that crate motor. And Steve's just going to be the king of the short tracks and do what he can. So Ty Majeski wins on afternoon number 1. Steve Carlson took second. And, of course, Mike Carlson took third. And that was a really good top 3 right there, with Steve being there full-time and Mike being there full-time. It should be interesting to see how those 2 mix it up in the top 3 at least this year. Ty Majeski said he would be back at least 7 or 8, maybe 9 more times with his busy schedule. So we had 1 track record broken. Let's take in the sportsman now. Because of the weather window we had, Chuck Deery decided sportsmen are going to qualify 1 time around. That's all it took for Steve Bachman to break another track record that was set a year ago by Nick Clements. Now, you see Bachman right there. Well, he had some motor problems. He was running a solid first and second. About 3/4 of the way through the feature right here, something was not ticking right in that motor, and everybody was catching me. He ended up finishing, I think it was 6th, and was going to finish right behind that man right there. Rick Schermerhorn came out and put the entire Speedway in notice that he's back. Word is he's going to run a full season, and that's going to be a lot of cars in contention, along with the number 7. They're second and third right there. That's a new 2016 Challenger body you see on Brian Hesselberg's car. Right behind him, Randy Humfeld. That is an old Jimmy Crackhorn Gilster car. So Schermerhorn's back out. You've got Hesselberg with a brand new body, and from the looks of it, a brand new attitude, because that was a solid 15-lap race right there for him to finish second. And then Randy Humfeld getting himself a new ride this year as well, and he finishes a very strong third. How about that 1975 Matador, I think it was, that Billy Dr. Noise Martin brought out? It got around the track, and he was very pleased looking at some of the post-race comments I saw on Facebook. He's going to like that car this year. So those 2 are out of the way. Track records were set in both. Let's get you to the Action Track quarter mile. It's Thunderstock racing time. We had 14 out. Some different bodies out there. You see Schott, he has a different body. Melissa Roosh right there, she has an El Camino. awfully tight. Those four right off the bat. Jason Bolster led the way and won the track championship and a whole bevy of championships just a few years ago. He starts things off with a win for 2016. Now, Caleb Hardy and Jordan Myers are going to flip back and forth in the 46/48 car that you see on the screen right there. Had a very solid run as well. Bill Schott's going to be doing some traveling as well. Comes out of Toma, put himself a nice Monte Carlo together right there, and he finishes third. Melissa Rush in the El Camino followed right behind it. There were a lot more cars than that in that feature, so Jason Bolster starts the year off with a feature win as well. The Hornets came out to play. Outlaws came out to play as well. And we do want to wish Cole Shozy good luck. He ran a Hornet this past weekend. He's going to be running the Midwest Truck Series along with the ARCA Series this year. So his first race is coming up Sunday, May 2nd, I think that is, the Joey Shirt Classic down in Madison. Let's show you the Hornets first. This is how the Hornet feature started. We had, I think it was 24 in the field. You see they're setting the pace, 2x2, nose to tail, on the accelerator, green flag drops, and this. You had about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8 cars, and that was just the opening lap. We're going to slow this one down a tad bit, and you see that I think it was Thurk on the outside of row 2. He gets bent on the shape. Cole shows he's sideways before he even gets out of turn 4. He gets collected. Mino Mark Bornitz lost his whole front end. Kyle Swenson gets by in the 45. See him waving his hand. Von Ruden getting by as well. And we're going to show it one more time. Discombobulation. I mean, everybody was dodging and bobbing and weaving before the green even dropped. But we did get back to a green flag. And this was a really super race right here. New cars, some new drivers came out, and a very unfamiliar name is we'll show the last two of the feature. Jordan Young comes out of Sparta, had a pretty flashy car as well. Came out in his Honda and pretty much dominated the entire field. And there were some really strong veterans that had came back, and even a couple of rookies that had to race their way through the semifinal to get into the feature, and they did a respectable job as well. But the respectable win goes to that man right there. That's going to be Jordan Young. And if memory serves me correctly, that was his first ever feature race win at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. You see he's being chased down by the K9. That's reckless John Clausen. Clausen found his way into the winner's circle as well on Sunday. So Jordan Young leads the point standings, an unfamiliar name sitting on top. Now the question is, can he stay there for the rest of the season? Well, it was Media Day last Saturday at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. We taped a lot of interviews up in the VIP Tower. Coming up after the break, Chuck Deery is going to join us and tell us what's on tap for 2016 on Seven Rivers Racing.
Whatever your perfect temperature, you'll enjoy consistent comfort with the heating and air conditioning systems homeowners rank #1. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Get up to $1,100 off on select American Standard systems. Call Carey Heating or visit AmericanStandardAir.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist. Have you tried the great lunch buffet at Pizza Hut? Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30, Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona offers you an all-you-can-eat lunch buffet for just $5.99. All the salad, pasta, breadsticks, and, of course, delicious piping hot pizza you can eat. How about dinner? Well, don't cook tonight. Pizza Hut's got a great deal. It's the Pizza Hut Dinner Box, a medium one-topping pan pizza with breadsticks and Cinesticks, all just $10 at your La Crosse and Winona Pizza Hut. Call for delivery or order online. Pizza Hut. The next time you visit the west coast of Wisconsin, there's a hotel in La Crosse you need to check into. Here's General Manager Roxanne North.
We want to treat every guest with the best that we have to offer, and that starts with the front desk all the way through the housekeeping department. My general philosophy in life is I treat my staff the way I want to be treated, and I pass that on that we treat our guests that way.
For reservations, visit the website, settlein.com.
People come here, we want them to feel like family.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Racing, KQEGTV, Dan Dyker. Media Day here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. A beautiful morning to not only show you what the racetrack looks like for this season, but to talk to some of the drivers that have been returning year after year and a whole handful of rookies. But we've started every season with the man with the master plan here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, and that would be the general manager and promoter, Chuck Deery. Chuck, how are you?
Great. Thanks, Dan, for having me on.
Long winter or not?
Yes, in some regards, yes, but some regards, no. Always anxious to get the cars on the racetrack and get the machine started, so to speak. But it's been an interesting winter and very exciting, and looking forward to the 2016 season.
First and foremost, no changes to the divisions. We're going to have all the regular divisions out here this year. I've got a couple of new sponsors. I think it's the Subway Street Stocks this year, and I wanted to talk about the Street Stocks right off the bat. You started them 2 years ago. Have you been happy with the car counts and the hubbub surrounding the six-cylinder class?
Well, it's a class designed for fun, an inexpensive way to get racing, and it's no different than what's been going on in the sport since day one in the sport, and where you have cars essentially on their way to their junkyard, and just before they go there, they do a few laps out here, and it's the novice drivers that come out and have some fun, and you see how it goes. And with the availability of cars, there's plenty of them out there, and of course that reflects in the division. So it's grown in the last couple of years, and we're very happy with that, and glad to see new faces get involved in this great sport that provides so much fun and entertainment for all.
I saw Jeff Brown's article in the La Crosse Tribune this week, and you had a couple of quotes in there where, I mean, you always build excitement. You're the one that told me years ago, we are in the entertainment business, we're in the fun business, and you talk about the orientation meetings. I saw one of the quotes you had that was a little bit more spirited this year because there may be a turning going on. Drivers are coming out, car counts are increasing, the fan base is growing now. Do you feel that, I mean, we've talked about the niche Crosse Speedway has here in West Salem,
right,
but it feels like a re-energizing year this year.
Well, it is, we base our enthusiasm on fans and drivers and talking to them, and, every sport has its cyclical cycles, and motorsports is no different, and has experienced that. Or the peak of it was great in the 2000, 2001, 2002, and then of course the economy changed, and this is a non-government subsidized sporting event, so that affects it and stuff, and it's the economy's eased up a little bit, and but the enthusiasm and the love for the sport, for the fans and the competitors, have always been there. They're excited about it, and it helps us get excited about it too and stuff. And I think our schedule, way we've limited it or cut back on it for the last couple of years, has also helped with the teams and stuff, so they're not spread so thin, and the fans that their income is still limited and stuff. So I think the formula has been working out great, and we look forward to throwing the first green flag, or have the green flags, and all summer long, and enjoy what this sport provides. And it's real excitement, real fun, and it is a real sport, not a game.
Some of the other tracks have got to announce that. I noticed that we have a lot of our teams that go to different racetracks, and a lot of teams come here, and the family thing is just built over the years. And when you talk family, it still surprises me year after year how many names come back here that have been here since the 70s and the 80s. This year you have a couple of mother-son teams. You have a father running, Rob Christian's going to run a late model while his son runs a Thunderstock, both going for Rookie of the Year. When you sit back and you look at the families that continually come out here and race, how does that make you feel?
Oh, it's great. And as just a citizen of the United States, it's great to see that the kids and their parents can focus on something other than watching TV or all the other crap that's out there. Sorry,
you're right.
Stuff that's out there that kids can get in trouble too, and this keeps them focused, and it keeps them, there's reward and there's failure, and it's all part of life, and it's such a great learning tool for kids that get involved and move above and beyond racing here and go on just in life in general. So. The family aspect is pretty good. We're all, the competitors are very serious about what they do. It's there's heated moments down there and stuff, but that's just part of life.
Right. And
it just brings it to an atmosphere where it can be done and contained to, I think, in a safe and as safe as racing can be mode. And folks are just glad to be part of it, and we're just glad to be able to open our gates and offer this great sport to the fans and to the competitors.
A couple minutes left during this segment. 2016, what can the race fans, the drivers, the community look forward to this year?
Well, I just think that the drama and storylines that are presented each race night with who's fast, who's not, and who can beat Steve Carlson this week, and will ties mess him up, but there's some other guys that are just so fast and for the late mile ranks. The other part of it is the support divisions. They're fun to watch. Not always for the lead. It may be for last place or whatever, but it's just a fun thing to do. And so we're planning on keeping everything pretty much the same. We think the formula works right. Fans sign up to get on our mailing list or email list or Facebook. We put coupons out there to reward folks for coming out, and so that's been very successful. And the other thing we're going to add this year that we're going to try it a couple times. You go to Junkyard, you see a lot of minivans coming through there. So we're going to run a minivan division towards the end of the year, and maybe even a minivan football game or something. I don't know. I'll have to have a few beers to think about that one, but we'll come up with something. But, bottom line, we're in the business of having fun, and God darn it, we're going to have fun this summer.
Not only are we going to have fun on Saturday nights, Friday nights, Street Drags will be kicking off for the 10th straight year again, averaging between 200 cars and vans and trucks and 4x4s and motorcycles and high schoolers. So check out lacrossespeedway.com, streetdragslax.com as well. It's at LAX Speedway for Twitter. You can also find them on Facebook. And like Chuck said, a lot of coupons come out there for the beer specials, T-shirt specials, you name it. They're trying to keep it entertaining for you every single week. Chuck's got a lot of busy stuff to do here at the Speedway before the season opens, so we appreciate you stopping by.
Well, no problem. Thanks for having me, Dan, and then look forward to having you and the rest of the fans and crews be part of this great sport at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway.
All right, Chuck Deery, he's the man with all the hats here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. More to come. It's Media Day here on KQEGTV.
The next time you visit the west coast of Wisconsin, there's a hotel in La Crosse you need to check into. Here's General Manager Roxanne North.
We want to treat every guest with the best that we have to offer, and that starts with the front desk all the way through the housekeeping department. My general philosophy in life is I treat my staff the way I want to be treated, and I pass that on that we treat our guests that way.
For reservations, visit the website, settlein.com.
People come here, we want them to feel like family.
Have you tried the great lunch buffet at Pizza Hut? Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30, Pizza Hut in La Crosse and Winona offers you an all-you-can-eat lunch buffet for just $5.99. All the salad, pasta, breadsticks, and, of course, delicious piping hot pizza you can eat. How about dinner? Well, don't cook tonight. Pizza Hut's got a great deal. It's the Pizza Hut Dinner Box, a medium one-topping pan pizza with breadsticks and Cinesticks, all just $10 at your La Crosse and Winona Pizza Hut. Call for delivery or order online. Pizza Hut.
Whatever your perfect temperature, you'll enjoy consistent comfort with the heating and air conditioning systems homeowners rank #1. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Get up to $1,100 off on select American Standard systems. Call Carey Heating or visit AmericanStandardAir.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist.
Hi, folks. Welcome in. Seven Rivers Racing, KQEGTV, that time of the year again. Interview day at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway as we get ready for the season opener here in just a couple of weeks. Love being back out at the racetrack. A lot of stuff going on. They're getting the pace truck ready. All the concessions are being rebuilt again. Grass is being mowed. And it's our chance to talk to some of the returning drivers and even some of the brand new rookies that are going to call La Crosse Speedway their home this year. I think this would be, we've had this show on for 6 years. I think this is the 5th year in a row that we have had Matt Henderson from the number 33 late model race team joining us on the program to kickstart things. And thanks for joining us again, Matt.
Thanks for having me. I love coming out. It's, man, I just can't wait to get out there and practice here. We practiced on Thursday night and didn't get to try much, so we're going to come back out, and we worked all winter long on the car, and now we get to come out and try all the new stuff.
How many years now have you been out here at La Crosse?
2005 wasn't our rookie season. We ran 5 races so we could keep our rookie status for 2006, I believe. So what's that, 10, 11 years now?
11 years now here at the La Crosse
Getting
Speedway.
old.
Does it get tiring though?
No, I guess the hardest part nowadays is that now you got the family and the kids and trying to make enough time and working full time, so it's a pretty busy schedule, but it doesn't get any better when you strap into that car and they throw the green flag. So
Matt, of course, had another addition to the family during the race season, or during the off season, I should say.
yep, November 28th, we had our second son, Chase. So he's getting big already. They grow too fast, but that was very exciting and perfect timing during the off season. So now we can
Still
go
have
racing.
your old go-kart?
Oh yeah, we still got her.
Just in case.
Yeah, Colton's eyeing that thing up. So one of these days we'll get him out there.
Matt was mentioned just recently in the Lacrosse Tribune as the write-up, the official first-year write-up came out, talking about Steve Carlson going after his 4th straight championship here in the late models, and you were one of those names that looks like you're in steady contention again.
Yeah, we're hoping so. Last year, I thought we were going to do better than we did last year, to be honest, and we just struggled, and it's not for a lack of effort. We work really hard on our car, and we do the best we can every week, and so we're just gonna keep trying to do that every week this year. And I think last year I told you if we can just be consistent, that's what we're shooting for, and that's still what we're gonna try and shoot for this year. If we can be consistent and competitive and have fun, that's the main thing. So.
And obviously, hands down, one of the hardest working race teams out here. I mean, you guys just, you have 2 cars. When the season's done after Oktoberfest, you don't just throw them in the shed and then start working on them in the beginning of April. You guys are constantly working on those cars.
Yeah, we tear them down, check every nut and bolt. It's time consuming, but it's a lot less expensive if you don't do it and then you go out and crash. So, and we even like in the off season, we went down to the performance racing show down in Indianapolis. Not really going down to expect anything, but you just go down. It's got all the latest and greatest stuff. I think there's over 3,000 vendors down there, and
yeah,
they all got their new stuff out. So we're just constantly trying to go out and learn and get our car better, and even us learn stuff about how to set the car up and stuff like that. So we're constantly learning, and I know we just said we've been in, 10 years now, and
yeah,
we're still learning. You'd think after so many years you'd come back to the track with the same setup every week. You got it figured out, and I don't think we've ever came back to the track week after week with the same setup. So we're always trying new stuff and trying to get faster.
And the other thing is, though, is just when you think you have the right setup, you have a lot of late model drivers out here that have figured out their setup that maybe give them more bite. They're getting faster. They're learning a little bit more with more seat time. So you always have to stay ahead of the curve, and you just can't sit back and relax and say, here's where we were last year. We were comfortable with it. That's what we're going to do this year. That's just not the case.
No, it never is. And there's the second you lay back and think you got it figured out, someone else they're doing what you should be doing and working on it and getting faster. And when you got guys out here like Steve Carlson and Brad Powell, I think Sean Paff's coming back this year.
Todd Korsch,
yeah,
I understand, is going to throw some races in there.
These guys have been here a long time. They know what it takes out here, and 10 years compared to what they've been doing is nothing, So
right.
We got to keep working, and we're never happy until we're sitting in victory lane, and we didn't get there as much as we wanted to last year. We didn't win any features, and man, we work hard on our car, and that it's hard to take sometimes when you keep working and you don't get the results. So we are very hungry to get out there and get it done this year.
Well, of course, you can't be out here, and I can't announce what you're doing out here unless you've got a whole boatload of sponsors. And who you got on board this 2016 race season?
Well, we got a lot of the same people that we've had from day one. We can't thank them enough. Drive Ultra, Z93, WIZM 1410, and they got a new station now on 92.3 FM. Bond Drywall Supply, Custom Excavating, Hungry Peddler, Sport Clips, Bernie's Equipment, Collision Specialist, Hess Excavating, In the Hunt, Paul and D. Euler, Block and Brick Supply, and you, Dan. I know you're not a sponsor per se of the car, but everything you do, and we team up and do a lot of stuff behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about, and so I would say you are definitely on the car this year.
Jesse, our cameraman, we were talking. You got a haircut earlier today. Is this a new Sports Clips one?
Yes, it is actually. Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, it's race season. Got to look good. So I knew I had to come and be on TV. So I didn't. Man, it's been a while. So Had to get the haircut done, yeah.
Well, it looks good. His cars always look good. Best appearing car trophies lined up in his garage, which I finally got to go to the shop this year and see how expansive that is. And those guys, I tell you what, they don't mess around when it comes to getting these cars back on the track. That's the DriveUltra.org, number 33 late model of Matt Henderson. And good luck in 2016, and we'll see you on the track here in a little bit.
Thank you. Can't wait.
Well, we'd like to thank Chuck Deery and Matt Henderson for joining us on the program. Again, coming up in next week's show, we're going to tell you a little bit about the Joe Shear Classic and what happened down at Madison International Speedway. We've got some other guests going to be joining us that we taped from Media Day as we inch that much closer to Toma getting underway over at the Sparta Toma Speedway. The street drag starting off on May 13th and the regular season of racing starting off at La Crosse on May 14th. Remember to look up the show on YouTube after the show is aired on the weekends. Jesse puts it up on YouTube at 7 Rivers Racing. We have our own channel up there now. I think this is maybe year number 5 or 4 we've had that up there, and very, very nice job that Jesse does there. Also, 7 Rivers Racing on Facebook. Add yourself. I keep the point standings, the drivers, the hubbubs, the videos, the whole shebang up to date on a weekly basis. Until next week, we bid you farewell. Remember to promote local short track racing. I'm Dan Dyker. This is 7 Rivers Racing on KQEGTV.